I've made a major mistake. Far out, Brussels sprout. Look, this has been a really bad week. I can't sugarcoat it. Well, the storm has definitely worked her magic on my homestead over the weekend, receiving more than 80 mils in 24 hours. The dams that I built went from this to this. And I was able to collect a lot more rain for my rainwater tank. And the plants that I planted last week in my new 30-meter planter box wall got absolutely drenched to welcome them into their new home. And the wall held up beautifully, even with the craziest winds I've ever had on this homestead from the storm. And so did the screening under my rooftop deck area, which is fantastic because it's what I'm going to be finishing this week. However, that is all dependent on whether these latte poles are dry enough to be installed. And have I tested the moisture level on these guys yet? Absolutely not. I wanted to wait for you guys so it can be a surprise for all of us. I saved these guys from the storm on Friday and moved them all inside. It's time to finally stick this guy in and find out my fate. Okay, that's what we want to see. We're looking for between 12 to 18%. And this one's changing from about 16 to 17. Yes! Finally! That means it's time to create some sawdust. Oh, the rain is back. This sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Oh my gosh! I have to stop and show you this because I am so stoked. I don't know if you remember, but last time that I tried to sand these, it was just not working. It was destroying the sanding pads. It was just turning to mush basically and not sawdust. Oh, look at this. This is actually sanding. Because it's actually dry. So that was definitely the problem before. And now these latte poles, oh, they're looking like the bought ones. They're looking so good. I'm so stoked because I was so worried about these and how they were going to turn out. But that's exactly what's advertised online for what is it? 80, 90 bucks for one or something like that. So, girls. Oh my goodness. My first beautifully sanded latte pole that just needs to be sealed now, and then it is completed. I'm actually so proud of this. I know it's so tiny, but it's been a lot of effort to get to here, and I did not know how it was going to turn out. I'm really proud. I really like it. They look so good, and now I just have a lot more to go. It's I'm not sure how many, but it's over 50 at least. Oh, look at it! It's so pretty. 50 plus more to go. Let's get on it. Alright, pole number 2. I'm going to time the next one because it's taking a long time and I want to work out how long I'm going to be here sanding. Okay, hole number 3, and I timed it. It took about between 45 minutes to an hour, and that's a long time per pole. So I'm gonna be here for a while, guys. Okay, pole number 4, come at me. The wind is picking up. Most hard on my hand that's using the sander. I wish I could use the belt sander for this and just have it like upside down and just run them along it, but the belt sander does not do well on things like this. They're like not square and bumpy and stuff like that. So it's hand orbital sanding for me. Lucky girl. It's number 4. Woo! 4 hours on the ground sanding. I'm glad these look good, otherwise this would be even harder to do because it's taking so long, but because they look good, it's okay. All right, let's go again. Bubby nose. Did you see Django jump up then?
Bubby, you can't be in here. I know, the wind. But it's okay, it's not going to get you. You can't be in here though, it's dangerous.
She honestly hates the wind so much. It's all from red and black cockatoos dropping gum nuts on top of the caravan, and it terrifies her. It's actually my fault, because when I was making the caravan and I was putting pallets on the roof, I didn't have things to always hold them up, so sometimes they fell down and it terrified her. And now I think it's like complete trauma where anytime anything like falls like that, she's just so scared. It's okay. It's okay, Bubba. I've spoken to the vet about it too, because I was like, surely there's something that we can like do about this. And she was like, nah, the only thing is exposure therapy. And I mean, it's been a couple years now and it's definitely not getting better. So if you have any knowledge in this area and you have like an idea so that she's not so terrified of like things dropping, it's like, yeah, anything dropping on things, please let me know. Right, back to the poles. I've got 2 different sizes. I've been doing all the long ones, so now I'm going to do a couple of short ones because that actually might go a little bit faster, obviously, because they're shorter. So let's see how fast I can do these little ones. Way longer than I need for the shorter pieces. So that's made me think, how long are these guys? And I probably didn't have to sand so much. Oh boy. Because there was, you know how I had like different piles? So I had like my first batch, my second batch, and my third batch. And now I've just remembered I've only cut my first batch to the correct size, but now I've mixed all the batches in together here. So these guys could be way too long and I've just sanded way too much and could have saved myself time. Fantastic. Okay, I don't know how. This one looks so much shorter. It's only really like a meter shorter than that one. I'm so happy I found a use for these latte poles because every time I see like any timber, any trees laying around the property, like on the ground because they're dying, or if they're standing up and like dying or whatever, I'm always like, oh, that sucks. I don't want to just use them for firewood. And like, obviously sometimes that is the only thing that you can use them for, depending on the condition. But yeah, for a lot of them, they're good timber, you know, it's still great timber. And so I'm so glad I have a use for these ones. I don't know if that short one was even faster. I swear the ones that are like a little bit skinnier are harder to do. Looks like I've already cut this one, I'll just check, but it looks cut to size perfectly. Yep, that's been cut to size. Oh my gosh, guys, I need moral support. This is so tiring. My wrist is killing me. I'm on my 10th one, so I've got 9 done, and like I said, it takes about an hour per pole. I have been down on there on the ground for almost 10 hours, I think, actually, probably a little bit more, doing this. And looking at the pile, I've got way more than that to go. As tiring as it is, I look over to that pile of sanded latte poles. Oh, mwah, so good. They look so good. I'm so excited to get them like sealed and up there and see the final look. Just gotta not think about how much longer I've got down here doing this. I did before try to stand doing it at my little bench that I've made, but that was worse. That was way worse, because then you're like this the entire time, and that's not nice. This is way better. My back's not sore, but my wrist is always killing me. I'm someone that is on the go non-stop, and I enjoy working so much that sometimes I forget to take care of my basic human needs. So my goal this year is not only to complete the build, but also take some time for me and to actually care about my health and well-being. And that's why I started drinking AG1 a couple of months ago. Most of my life I've been fueling my body with things like energy drinks, junk food and sugar, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect from incorporating AG1 into my morning routine. What I've noticed most though has been the change in my energy levels. The energy drinks will give me a burst of energy that is short-lived, and then I need more. Whereas my AG1 supports my energy the entire day. AG1 is the daily health drink that supports whole body health and helps fill common nutrient gaps. They've recently upped their game too with their latest formula that has 5 new scientifically researched probiotic strains and added vitamins and minerals for gut health. It's as simple as 1 scoop in the morning with 250 to 350 mils of chilled water and contains over 75 high quality ingredients in 1 simple scoop. You drink your AG1 first thing in the morning and it supports your energy levels for the entire day. AG1 doesn't just boost your energy levels though, it assists with your gut health. It provides all your daily nutrients, pre and probiotics, and supports your immune system. Through my link in the description below, you can get 10 free AG1 travel packs as well as a welcome kit worth $114 with your first subscription order. Enjoy! Good morning team, look! What a beautiful day. I have sun. It's going to be a fantastic day. I do think it's actually going to change a little bit soon, but I'm going to enjoy every minute while I still can. I'm exhausted after yesterday. That was really hard, and I still have so much to go. So I'm thinking to break it up a bit this morning. I've got this spray that I'm going to spray on the screening just to seal it all. I thought it was just like a little bit of a added protection, even though during the storm, that screening did not move. it is still in the exact same position, and that is the biggest storm I've had here on the homestead and probably will ever have on the homestead, because I don't actually usually get massive storms like that. It just kind of rains for 7 months, but like that rain where it's just like pitter-pattering all day long. So anyway, might as well protect it as much as I can. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to seal it, and then I'm thinking what I might do is actually tend to those poles that I sanded yesterday. So I'm thinking I might cut the ones to size that I haven't cut yet, and then I might seal them as well, just because I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to finish this week, which is what I wanted to do. I've got my fingers crossed that I can get them up this week, but I have done the math now on these latte poles, and I think it may be impossible unless I don't sleep. But I may need my sleep because I've been getting so emotional since Django turned 7, hey. I just can't stop. Like, I see all these, look, I love you. I love you. Look at her. I've been getting so emotional because, like, it just feels so old. And I didn't think it was that old until I looked up how old a dog is when they're considered an old dog. And apparently it's 7. Which devastated me. And then I just keep seeing all these reels about dogs passing, and it's so sad, and I can't even imagine it, and I know it's gonna rock my entire world when the day comes. I probably won't be able to function as a normal human being ever. And I don't know if you've realized with animals, I'm not like so much an animal person, I'm a being person. So usually if I lose a pet, I don't get another one because I'm just so devastated by the loss of that connection that I had with that pet, and I feel wrong in replacing it, but also I don't know if my heart can handle going through it again. Like, I get very attached to beings, and once I love something, I love it forever. Anyone that I've ever cared about deeply, I still care about deeply. It doesn't go away. Time does not work on this girl. Anyway, I need to stop thinking like that. I need to stop thinking like that because she's still like, she's probably, I don't want to even say, but I'm going to say, surely just only halfway through her life, right? Surely I've still got the same amount of time left. Even that's devastating. I need to stop talking about this. I need to stop thinking about this. And I just need to enjoy the moments that I have. I need to get this house built so she can live in comfort with me and live her best life in there and go on more adventures, because I just feel bad about working. Oh my gosh. Do not get emotional. I just feel bad about working 24/7 and not spending as much time with her as I used to, because she was my bush school assistant. So we were literally teaching those kids and caring for those kids together all day long. And then, yeah, being together as well after that. And it was just, I guess, way more time spent together. Now I'm always building. She can't come near the build site because of all the metals and the dust and all that kind of stuff. And I just miss hanging out with her all the time, swimming in waterfalls and just seeing her happy. All right, sorry. Sorry to put a damper on the mood, gosh. All right, I'm going to go distract myself. I'm going to spray the roof, pop on some true crime in my ears and get to work with these poles, because now I know how stunning they are and I'm pretty excited for the finished look. One coat completed on my screening. What I'm gonna do though is once I actually have all the latte poles up and the screening's like pulled tighter in place, I'm gonna give it another spray. The vibe is so nice though. It's so nice to get rid of steel. All right, second job on the list for today. Let's head downstairs and get out the electric chainsaw. I reckon that's one of the best things I've ever bought. I've been told for a long time to buy that. And I have to apologize to everyone that's told me to buy one and I haven't bought one yet, because yeah, they've told me that it will be a game changer. And I was like, yeah, but how could it be any better than like, you know, a steel chainsaw or an actual great expensive chainsaw? It is, it's better. It's better. It's so much easier to use, so much more convenient, but easier than dealing with the steel where I could never get it started first go. And it just kept breaking and it was just a pain in my bottom. I'll make sure I cut them first now on the ground and then sand them. I also think I'm going to leave the varnishing till the end of the day, because they'll definitely dry overnight, and then that way I don't have to do varnish cleanup 2 times. Let's get to sanding. Gotta be positive about it because it's a sucky job. one. Okay, let's cut the ends off this one. Sand her back. Wondering how many sanding pads this whole thing's gonna take. Another one down. This makes me wanna tightrope walk. Woo! My pile of poles is growing. One more beautiful pole cut to size. Let's get this done. This is one of the shorter ones. I'm making my way through it. I've done 17 now, but since I'm losing sunlight earlier, it's gonna get dark in a couple of hours, and I just wanna make sure that I definitely have the varnish done. So I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna varnish up the ones that I've got already now, and then I'm gonna keep going with the sanding, and that also gives my wrist a little break.
We wake up, eyes still closed, and no one knows the things behind our shut eyelids or where any of it leads. I was blind and hoping, now my eyes are open. None of what I see makes sense. My mind's a fence, but I'm still singing. Ooh la 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 la, life goes on.
I'm so happy with how these have turned out. I never in my wildest dreams thought they would be this good.
Up in smoke, loved you with the very heart you broke. There's combat in your voice when you are whispering in my ear. I hear you loud and clear, so filled with fear. The shoulda dones, the coulda beens, the woulda seen it coming. People, all of them are blind. Love's still hard to find. I'm singing, ooh la 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 la, life goes on, and I'm not done. When everything goes up in smoke, I love you with the very heart you. Ooh la 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 la, life goes on.
Look at the little family of rugers.
Yeah, I'm not done. No, when everything goes up in
So
smoke,
cute.
I love you with the very heart you broke. Says bigger love.
And these two little guys got separated.
Lines as big as sin as any other thing we do. Sins are as good a pastime as staring at the moon with you. Ooh la 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 la, life goes on, and I'm not done. No. Ooh la 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 la, life goes on.
Hey team, today is the day I am going to start installing these, and I worked out it's just way easier if I just try to sand the rest of these if I get some time on the weekend, which I never really do, but I'm gonna have to make the time, because for me personally it takes at least 3 times longer to do a job when you're filming it. So I thought if I can just sand some of these with maybe a time lapse on or something, and not worry too much about all the close-ups and stuff like that over the weekend, hopefully I can get it done a little bit faster. But I also just want to make sure that all this stuff is going to go up smoothly, and I can work out any problems now so I can get them sorted for next week and install these all so that it's completed. Let's get on that right now. I had to spend so long this morning finding all the pieces that I need, like all the Tek screws and drill bits and stuff, because I had to like crazily pack away when the storm came. And so there's just stuff everywhere. Like, it took me so long to find, because the shed's still a bloody mess because I've still got so much timber in there drying for inside this house. So that was my morning. let's pull them onto the front deck here and let's get them up and start getting them installed. They are looking so gorgeous sealed. Like, oh, I'm just so impressed with them. Oh my. Alright, there's the ones that I've done so far and that are fully dry and gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get them up. I'm so excited. Oh, success. I've got a strap up there. My plan is to get them through the hooks of the strap, tighten it, and then hopefully screw it in. Fingers crossed. Okay, so far so good. Looks like it's working. All right, I'm going to tighten them up and hope this goes good. Okay, it's kind of up there in the straps. I'm going to go up now and pre-drill the hole and then tack screw it in, and I hope that's it. Oh my gosh. This is a major issue. I don't know if I can solve this issue. Nah, I definitely can. But bloody hell, I wasn't expecting it, that's for sure. These latte poles aren't as strong as the steel. And I'm just realizing they're sagging too. I don't know how to fix that problem yet. I'm going to have to think on it. Because they were meant to keep everything in place. But, of course, eucalyptus poles are so strong because they're bendy. Because they sway in the breeze. You know how like bamboo and hemp is like one of the strongest materials? Because they bend, so they can withstand a lot more. But that doesn't help me here, does it? I wasn't anticipating this. I think I have an idea, but it's going to be the biggest mess around. Maybe not the biggest mess around. Maybe not the biggest mess around. It's going to be a mess around. It's not going to be fun to fix. But I think what I'm going to have to do is weld in another steel beam, basically. Like, I'm either going to have to, I'm going to have to take this down in the middle, this entire section, I think. And then under that, going from this beam up here to that one, and then another one from that one to the front there, I'm going to have to weld in a steel beam. Like I said, there's always something. That was actually really easy to screw in, like way easier than I was expecting. It's my first one though, so my arm's probably not sore yet, but yeah, it went in really nicely, really simply. And the strategy works really well as well, like getting the straps in, putting them through the hooks, and then bam, drilling it in. Just wasn't expecting this one, was I? What I'm going to do now is, because I was going to run down the middle first, but obviously shouldn't do that now if I need to weld more steel beams in. So I'll move over to section on either side. They're not as long. I will put them up now. The joys of solo building off grid, I tell you, every day is a bloody adventure. An unexpected bloody adventure / disaster. See how this one goes. So I reckon I'm gonna have to take this one down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This week could not get any worse. I've made a major mistake. Oh no, major mistake. I measured from pole to pole, which is correct for the middle. Not correct for the sides because it goes out more. So it would only go to this pole here and not the entire way, which I want it to go the entire way, obviously, because it's going to look funny if it just stops at the pole there. And I've cut them all to size, haven't I? Well, most of them. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I've done this. I measured so many times too, and I was like, nah, definitely correct, definitely correct. I measured before I got the post, I measured after I got the post, I measured before I cut the post. And I was like, yep, no, you're spot on, you got it. I'm gonna have to go down and see how many long ones I have that are long enough for the middle, because they're definitely long enough to be cut again and go on the sides here. But this is a mad setback, crazy mad, because I might have to go through this whole process again with more poles. And I don't know, I looked over most of the property to get those ones. I don't know if I would have any more, and if so, how many. Wow. See, I thought the front door was the biggest stuff up I've made, but this is definitely it. We cannot dwell on this. It is what it is. Far out, Brussels sprout. I'm in shock that this has happened right now, this situation. I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. Okay, we gotta move forward. It's happened. There's nothing I can do to change it. Can learn for the future. And there's no time to cry about it. So let's go measure them. What else do you do? Look, this has been a really bad week. I can't sugarcoat it. It gets worse, guys. Out of over 50 poles that I have, I've only got 15 that are long enough. I'm trying to think of ideas, and there's really not many options, because if I have to get all those again and do this all over again, it's going to be another month before this is done and before I can move on. Okay, I've just thought about something, and I'm wondering if this will work. Oh, this might be the way, but I'm not sure. Could I, because you know how I said I've got to get the steel and put another beam through the middle so that those big ones won't sag and can be secured in the middle as well. I wonder how far the distance is from the side to the middle section, where there's no beam yet, but where I'm going to put one. Could I perhaps do 4 rows of poles instead of 3? Oh, I'm gonna have to go have a look at this. 'Cause I do not want to cut these long ones down until I'm sure there's nothing I can do here. Because like I said, it's gonna be at least another month to get back to where I am now. So I'm gonna head up, I'm gonna do some measuring and some working out in my head and see if I can somehow make this work by adding that middle beam. I don't know how, but we'll see. We gotta sort this. We've got to sort this. I think I've got it. I think the way I'm going to have to go is to create more. So there was going to be like 3 rows, like all in line, but 3 separate rows of poles coming forward. But I think I'm going to have to make it 4 because I've got more of the short ones, but it's the long ones that are obviously harder to come by. So if I add those beams in, I don't technically need them to be that long anymore. So what I'm going to have to do is definitely add more beams in, basically, but not just in the middle. I'm going to have to add it in the middle, but I'm also going to have to add it on the sides. There's a way to do this. There's a way to do this. I just need to work out what that way is, and unfortunately, this has happened at the end of the week, but oh, bloody hell, I'm glad that I did start to do this now. Because if I didn't, there's ones in there that I would have cut down even further, and this would have been even harder. And then I also would have got to next week not realizing, not being able to do anything about it, like it over the weekend, get the steel, all that kind of stuff. I'd be very stuck next week, especially if my car is still not working. So the positive here is at least I have time to work out this problem. I think because I've got over 50 and I knew I was like, oh, that's all right. I've just got more little ones. That's fine. So if I've got, okay. So if I made 3 rows of the little ones, if I make 1 row of the big ones, say on this side, then I wouldn't have to put an extra beam on this side because they're longer. And so I would put my beam, I guess, where they're going to end. And then I would start my next row and have 2 more. I'm just kind of talking this out as I think it. Okay. I feel like that's going to have, that's going to have to be the way to go. That's going to be, okay. Okay. And I think that means I could install the long ones now here and then get the steel up after the fact, because I need to remove the middle piece of reed anyway. Okay. I think I've got a way forward. I think I've got a way forward that doesn't involve starting this whole process over again and having, obviously, I mean, the latte poles wouldn't be a waste. I would use them, as maybe siding on here, or I would definitely use them, but it wouldn't solve the problem of needing more. I think I can make this work. I'm going to measure some stuff and I reckon I can make it work by adding more steel beams and having 4 rows instead of 3. Oh, blimey. We persevere. We look for the positives. This has been my only terrible week in the whole 18 months to 2 years of building this house. It's the first time I've majorly up, apart from that front door, which actually only took an hour or 2 to fix. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good for someone with no experience, and we're finding a way forward. Everything's gonna be okay, and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Let's take this out again. Let's get you down. Let's take this other side down and move this one along here and see what I'm left with. I need to visualize this, so I'm going to have to put it up. If I have to take it down, then I have to take it down. But let's just get it up there so I can visualize how this is going to work. All right, let's move you over. That looks pretty spot on. I'm going to attach this side first to make sure it's in line. And then I'll attach this one to this beam, but yeah, I'm gonna have to, so wherever these ones end, I will have to add another beam. We've got one side in, and it definitely looks better with the poles going all the way to the end. Okay, there's one up. Good, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to, with like picking up the screening and making sure it's really secure. Well, this definitely hasn't been the week that I was hoping for, but it has been somewhat successful. I finished sanding and varnishing these latte poles and I got to see the final look, which I absolutely adore. I got to put these 5 up and see the final look of that, which I absolutely adore as well. And they're doing exactly what I wanted them to, which is lifting up the screening and securing it basically to the beams. So these are the positives. The negatives are obviously quite large, but I will work it out. I will get through it. I always do. And stressing about things never helps. That's literally why I have the tattoo on my wrist that says, don't panic. My dad has always drilled that into me, that like panicking never makes the situation better. So we're moving forward, never back. Gotta look to the future, look to what can be done, and look forward to the beautiful under roof of my deck when I'm completed next week. I'm not gonna let the negatives of this week put a damper on the positives, so I'm gonna grab a beer, I'm gonna head up to the roof from the scaffolding and go have a beer up on the roof. To end the week on a positive, let's grab a beer, let's get up there, I'll show you the final product and we'll have a cheers.
We haven't talked in a while. How you used to dream before you gave up your smile. When you were young and free, built castles in the air. I wanted to find you, I'm here to remind you, no matter how hard it gets, the years and the tears you spent